Hello everyone and welcome back to the Wreck Bike Rebuild Garage. Today we are working on the Street Fighter 300 build. 16 days of work on this machine. I think we've gotten a lot of stuff done. It looks pretty good we've gotten a good amount of progress done so far. I think the first thing we're gonna do, actually, we have Judd here in the shop with us today. He is going to be working on our front upper stay bracket, which is gonna house gauge cluster, headlights, and our front number plate. You may see him in and out of frame in the background over here while he's taking a bunch of measurements. We are going to install our Arrow muffler today. You guys should be pretty excited about that one. It is beautiful, extremely light, and I can't wait to hear this thing bark going down the street. It's going to be pretty loud for a little machine. Excited about that one. While he's doing that, I'm going to be working on some of the smaller things on this machine. We're getting pretty close to finished. I am going to start off our day today. I think I'm going to install our clutch cable first. We're going to move on to some other small stuff, but we've got a lot of real small things to take care of on this bike. Let's stop talking about it. Get all these little tiny details done so we can get this thing on the road and riding. Let's go! Should we take a census? So we have a couple of different options for mounting the front upper bracket. We can either mount it directly to the frame and have it stationary, or we can mount it to the upper and lower triple clamps and have it turn with the handlebars. For the number plate, the headlights, gauge cluster. Right, so we can mount directly off of this and have bracket for the headlights, number plate, and the gauge cluster, but it will be stationary because it's going to be off the frame. I honestly would rather have it on the handlebars, like so it turns with the handlebars. If you are out off-road in this thing, what's over there? You know what I mean? You can kind of use your bike off-road a little bit better in that case. Not that I'm a huge off-roader and that's what I have to do, but that makes sense to me. Okay, just to fill you in where we're at right now, we have the clutch cable routed the correct way. I verified using the manual, the proper routing. Our clutch cable's still too short. So we did purchase a clutch cable for a Honda CBR 300R, which is the version of this motorcycle that has handlebars on it from the factory, but we are still a couple of inches short from getting our cable to reach. We're going to jump online, we're going to order a custom clutch cable for this thing, and we're going to move on to something else on the machine. I do have some horribly difficult things to install right now because I'm forced to play the put it together, take it apart game because I got a little ahead of myself the other day, and we have a coolant reservoir that needs to be installed in front of the suspension and behind the engine. So let's get real dirty and take apart some of the suspension and get the coolant reservoir bottle where it belongs. Okay, so we have our coolant reservoir back in, retightened the rear suspension that I had to loosen, reinstalled my foot peg. So that is done. The reservoir overflow hose has been routed, attached to the tank. The overflow from the reservoir to the ground has been routed. So that is all complete. I guess while I'm sitting here in front of you and it's staring me in the face, here's our rear brake line. So we may as well put this bad boy in while where's that the front brake line? That must be the front brake line. This thing is forever long. I got a rear brake line here somewhere. At least I thought I did. There it is. Here's my rear brake line. So we're picking away at all of our little stuff here. We just got the rear brake line installed. What a horrible design. We also got our coolant reservoir installed. Judd is still working on our front upper bracket. So now I'm going to make you all very happy, and I think it's time to install the exhaust pipe. You guys ready for that? I know it's not going to take a lot to do it, but it definitely looks really cool when we're done. So we're going to go ahead and put the exhaust pipe on this thing. Let's get some of this junk out of the way first. Okay, so we have just installed our Arrow, I believe it is a stainless head pipe and a tie muffler onto our CBR 300. New exhaust gasket. I have the O2 sensor installed, plugged into the harness, and all that stuff routed properly. So we have about as much done today as we can get done. Judd has been very diligently working away on figuring out the mounting points and measurements and angles for the front upper bracket and number plate. So he's been working away. I've been kind of picking at this thing a little bit, and I think we're pretty much going to, I would like to do more, but we need to get our gas tank painted and body worked, as well as our rear fender. We will reconvene once we have some other small parts that we ordered for this machine to move forward on this. I think we'll try and get this whole thing wrapped up before the gas tank and rear fender comes back from body work, and that would be great to have those parts show up and just drop them on and be ready to roll. So we're gonna cut for today. We'll see you on the next episode. So have a good one. Bye. Outro crew. So we're in a little bit of a dilemma here, outro crew, right? So we removed all of the mounting brackets for the rear passenger foot pegs, which was also what the muffler used to hang from. So we don't actually have a muffler mounting bracket, but we have 2 mounting points on this at the cylinder head and at the bottom to the frame. My question for you guys over on the outro crew: would you leave it like this, or would you go ahead and fabricate a bracket to hold this muffler in place so it doesn't wiggle around while you're riding it? So don't forget to put OC in your comments. You know we love the outro crew long time. We appreciate you guys staying to the end of the episode, and we will see you on the next one.